Hey guys, I'm Tyler. Welcome back to Day-to-Day DIY. Today we are going to be talking sump pumps. As many of you probably know, I live in Michigan. The water table here is very high, so a sump pump is pretty much a must. And most homes in Michigan do have one. Every home that I've lived in, since I can remember actually, has had a sump pump in the basement. And they are a nemesis of many people, but if you handle them the right way, it's not really that big a deal. Now, I've had this pedestal pump in here for about 4 years now, maybe 4+, and last night it blew out the impeller, which I think is a plastic or a cast impeller. So I'm interested to actually take that apart and see what it looks like. But today we're going to replace the pedestal pump that I have in this unit and service the battery for the backup, and we'll talk about the backup system a little bit. Isn't the lighting great down here? I got this sweet little battery operated LED panel. Looks awesome. Let's get started. First off, let's talk about my setup a little bit. This is the water outlet, and it is junctioned off to the backup pump, which is right over there, and then the main pump, which is the pedestal pump here, with check valves for each one. You can see here I got a quick disconnect, so I can easily take this pump out and replace it with any pump, whether it's a submerged or a pedestal pump. I have had terrible luck with the submerged in this house. I think I went through 2 of them in a span of 2 or 3 weeks before I got this pedestal pump. The iron content here is ridiculously high. As you can see, it's pretty much like solid nails in the water. So I think that is what actually blew apart the impeller of this pedestal pump. So I'm going to replace this with another pedestal pump that has a stainless steel impeller. Hopefully that'll last us a little bit longer. This is a 1/2 horsepower pump because the water does come up about a 9-foot vertical span, and then it goes across the house actually before it's dumped outside. So let's disconnect this, quick disconnect, get this thing out of here. We should be able to unthread it, put the new pump in, and be ready to go, and then we will talk about the backup pump.
Got it, Dad. Got it. Oh.
I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but there's a nice stainless steel impeller in there. So I'm pretty happy about that. It should last pretty well. Got a stainless steel shaft on this one and a stainless steel ball, which is pretty cool. A little improvement over this one. And it looks a little more enclosed versus this one, so that no debris can get in there, which there shouldn't be any in a sub pump. So the motor on this one is good still, so I may try to find a new impeller, a replacement impeller, but I can tell you this pump is discontinued, so it might be a little bit difficult. But the motor's still good on that one, so if I can find a replacement impeller, then I have a backup pump, so when it does go bad again, which it will, I'll have a new one ready to go. The switch is already on, as you can see here. Water level's high enough. It's nice and quiet. It's a very quiet one. All set. So one of the reasons I'm pretty comfortable with a sump pump in my house is that I got a backup system. This is not sponsored, but I've used this one for 5 years now, and my dad's had one for many years in his house. It's a WatchDog backup system. It is connected to a battery, so if your power goes out in the house, you have a totally separate pump. It's a tiny little pump in the bottom there. Probably can't see it. That will run for like 12 to 14 hours off of this battery if you keep it charged up. You do need to service it. You need to add distilled water in here to keep the chemistry going on, and we're going to take care of that right now, because right now when I run the backup pump, you get a little bit of a warning that the battery needs some service, and it's been over a year since I've done it, so it's about time. So this backup system has an audible alarm. If the pump turns on, which means this pump is bad or the power's out, which you would know that, you get an audible alarm, so you come down here, check it, you can reset it, and get going again. So to service this, just gotta open up these reservoirs, and that is the one that tells you your battery needs service right there, or whether you're low on water, which we're gonna be putting in here right now. So this is acid in here now, so try not to get this on your hands if you can help it. Then you need to refill this with distilled water. Don't put spring water in there, otherwise you could have some mineral reaction. So there, it's filled up to the top there. And just do that for all of them. This is just a garbage can lid that I cut up so that the kids don't throw anything into the sump pump pit. So there you go, guys. Out with the old, in with the new. Took me about maybe a half an hour to do this total because I'm set up to do it. Hopefully that helped out some of you guys. If you're buying a house that has a sump pump, it's nothing to worry about. Set it up just like this. If you guys have any questions about this video or any of the other ones, hit me up in the comments down below. I hope you enjoyed this day-to-day DIY. I'm DIY Tyler. You guys have a good one.